The ethnic cleansing of Armenians from Nagorno-Karabakh, a genocide in real time. In 2023, the world silently witnessed the near-total ethnic cleansing of over 120,000 Armenians from their ancestral homeland of Nagorno-Karabakh, a mountainous enclave with deep-rooted Armenian heritage. Orchestrated by the Azerbaijani government, with ideological and military backing from Turkey, this campaign is not an isolated conflict, but a deliberate, systematic attempt to erase a people and their culture from their homeland. Despite centuries of presence, the Armenian population of Nagorno-Karabakh was completely driven out in less than a year, following a brutal blockade, military assaults, and violations of international law. Genocide scholars and legal experts have confirmed that this fits the UN definition of genocide and ethnic cleansing. Historical context: Nagorno-Karabakh and Armenian presence. Nagorno-Karabakh, known to Armenians as Artsakh, has been historically inhabited by ethnic Armenians for millennia, long before modern Azerbaijan existed as a state. Its churches, language, and cultural identity are woven into the Armenian national consciousness. In Soviet times, Stalin placed the majority Armenian region under Azerbaijani control, sowing seeds of future conflict. Following the collapse of the USSR in the 1990s, Nagorno-Karabakh declared independence. A bloody war ensued, with Armenia supporting the region. A ceasefire in 1994 left Armenians in de facto control. In 2020, Azerbaijan, with drone technology and military support from Turkey and Israel, launched a devastating 44-day war, reclaiming much of the territory. What followed in 2023 was the final phase, the total ethnic cleansing of its Armenian population. The 2023 blockade and forced exodus locked the Lakan Corridor blockade. From December 2022 to September 2023, Azerbaijan blocked the Lakan Corridor, the only road connecting Nagorno-Karabakh to Armenia. This was a direct violation of the 2020 ceasefire agreement, which guaranteed unhindered access. Food, fuel, and medicine were cut off. Electricity and gas lines were sabotaged. Reports of starvation, malnutrition, and medical collapse spread across the region. The UN and Red Cross were largely prevented from delivering aid. This artificial famine mirrored tactics used in other genocidal campaigns, including blockade-induced starvation. Cross Swords September 2023 military assault. On September 19, 2023, Azerbaijan launched a large-scale military attack on Nagorno-Karabakh, using drones, artillery, and precision strikes on civilian areas. Outgunned and under siege, the local Armenian forces surrendered within 24 hours. The population was left defenseless. Within a week, over 120,000 ethnic Armenians fled in a mass exodus to Armenia. Virtually the entire population of Nagorno-Karabakh. No one stayed behind, not a single Armenian soul. Human rights defender of Armenia, Anna Hitmanasian. Methods of ethnic cleansing. 1. Blockade-induced starvation. Over 9 months of siege left Nagorno-Karabakh in humanitarian collapse. No baby formula, medicine, fuel, or food. Pregnant women miscarried due to malnutrition. Doctors operated without anesthesia. This aligns with Article 2C of the UN Genocide Convention. Deliberately inflicting on the group conditions of life calculated to bring about its physical destruction in whole or in part. 2. Targeted military aggression. Use of Israeli and Turkish drones, banned cluster munitions, and targeted shelling of hospitals, schools, and shelters. Dozens of civilians killed in under 48 hours. Forced surrender under duress. 3. Mass displacement and exodus. Over 120,000 Armenians were forced to flee within 1 week. The exodus was not voluntary, it was survival. According to Luis Moreno Ocampo, former chief prosecutor of the International Criminal Court, ICC. The blockade and assault on Nagorno-Karabakh constitute a clear case of genocide under international law. 4. Cultural destruction. Dozens of ancient Armenian churches, cemeteries, and monuments are at risk or already destroyed. Azerbaijan has a history of erasing Armenian heritage, such as the destruction of the medieval Kochkars, stone crosses, and Julfa. Nagorno-Karabakh's religious and cultural identity is being systematically erased. International recognition and legal evaluation. Genocide Watch, Lemkin Institute for Genocide Prevention, and leading genocide scholars like Dr. Gregory Stanton and Dr. Henry Theriault have recognized Azerbaijan's actions as ethnic cleansing and genocide. The European Parliament condemned Azerbaijan's aggression in multiple resolutions, citing humanitarian violations. The UN Security Council held emergency sessions, but failed to act decisively due to geopolitical interests. We are witnessing genocide unfold in real time, yet the world is paralyzed by silence. Lemkin Institute, September 2023. Ongoing threat, Southern Armenia at risk. The campaign doesn't end with Nagorno-Karabakh. Azerbaijan is now making territorial claims on southern Armenia, particularly the Syunik region, claiming it lies on historic Azerbaijani land. Turkish-Azerbaijani political rhetoric invokes pan-Turkic ideology, calling for a Turkic corridor from Turkey to Central Asia, through Armenia. Military provocations along the Armenia-Azerbaijan border continue. The Armenian population in the targeted regions fears another round of cleansing. Turkey's role. Turkey played a direct role in providing drones and weapons to Azerbaijan, deploying Syrian mercenaries, some with jihadist ties, to fight Armenians, supporting ultranationalist rhetoric reminiscent of the 1915 Armenian genocide. The descendants of the 1915 perpetrators are once again helping exterminate us. The world's silence is deafening. Armenian MP, Naira Zorabian. Conclusion. The ethnic cleansing of Armenians in Nagorno-Karabakh is not just a humanitarian tragedy. It is a modern genocide, executed in plain sight and confirmed by international law and independent scholars. The silence and inaction of world powers echo the same indifference that allowed the Armenian genocide of 1915 to occur. But this time, the victims are not in history books. They are alive, displaced, traumatized, and in urgent need of protection. To ignore this crime is to invite its repetition, in Armenia, in other regions, and against other vulnerable peoples. Sources and references. UN Genocide Convention, 1948. Lemkin Institute for Genocide Prevention, Reports 2023. Luis Moreno Ocampo, ICC Legal Opinion on Nagorno-Karabakh Genocide. Human Rights Watch, Azerbaijan, Crimes Against Humanity in Nagorno-Karabakh, 2023. European Parliament Resolution, October 2023. Armenian Ombudsman Reports, 2023. New York Times, Guardian, BBC coverage of blockade and exodus.